Come on in, welcome to my home. Today we are going to talk about changing your house over for spring. Or actually, we're going to talk about how I changed my house over for spring, and hopefully that will give you some ideas of things that you can do which are cheap, effective, and don't really take a whole lot of energy or money. And the first thing to do, of course, is cleaning. There are tons and tons and tons of videos out there that are all about spring cleaning. And while most people like or don't like to spring clean, they're hard to record. So I did not record myself spring cleaning my house. However, I did record myself changing the things out which I thought were important to help take my house over from winter into spring. Now, let's start off in the bathrooms. I have a primary bathroom which has a shower and a sink and everything which you'd have in a primary bathroom. And the only thing which I really did in that was change out the curtain that I have in front of the shower curtain. I have an extra long curtain that just hangs there, which gives some color to the room. To me, that's important to just bring some color. I already have my plant in there, which is one of the terrariums that I potted up a while ago. There is some green foliage up there on a cabinet just above the toilet. It's a fairly simple room. I add, maybe a hand towel, which is green, but nothing really special simply because it's not a room that has a lot of room in it. It's going to get eventually made over because it needs to be repainted. So, no, didn't go crazy with that. Next is my bedroom. This is the one which is sort of fun to play around with. I mean, the winter look was basically very plain, simple, monochromatic, with a lot of textile, a lot of feeling. This time I'm going for a darker look. I'm going for a darker green. And the interesting part about this is most of the stuff which you see I have used before, probably in the same way. I'm just throwing in some new things. You don't have to go out and buy all new stuff every season. No, that becomes ridiculously expensive, and it also isn't all that useful. Instead, what you can do after you've cleaned is on my bed, I just changed out the main undercover spread, I guess you'd say, with a dark green spread. Now, I do have matching pillow shams for that. It's actually a pillow cover, or I'm sorry, it's actually a cover for a comforter. I do have matching pillow shams for that. However, I didn't want this to be super matchy-matchy, not super matchy-matchy. So I went with my printed sheets, which are literally it's a vine printed sheets. I have matching pillowcases. I mixed that in with what was already there, the green pillowcase, and then the green, and then the brown paisley pillow. Now, the thing to remember about that green pillowcase is the fact that it literally is just a green pillowcase. There's nothing special on it, and it's not the same right size. So all I do is just tuck those pillowcases down into make them so that they're about the right size. This is super, super simple. You can do this with any sort of pillowcase, and that gives you the ability to then really change out something with just a simple, cheap pillowcase, and they're not really that expensive. The throw at the bottom of the bed is literally just the sheet. It is a king-size sheet just draped across the bed, fold it in half, and then I also have, it's just my painter's cloth bedspread. If you haven't seen that video, there's a link to it which is now appearing. It's just a painter's cloth that I use as a bedspread, and I have that over the bed, fold it back, and suddenly I have lots of texture, lots of way to add that color, and it's really cheap. I mean, it's really cheap, and you're not spending a lot of money. Now, at the window, what I found is I wanted to go with something way more casual. It's going to be summer. I don't want anything formal. I want this to be just a summer where I can kick back, relax, do very little. So I took down what I consider more formal curtains. They're not really all that formal. It's just they have more of a structure to them. So for my informal way of doing this bedroom window, I just then put my sheets. If you haven't seen that, you can see that video where I take these are just regular sheets. I cut a little hole in them and suddenly they become full-length curtains for the price of 2 sheets. It is really, really nice. These are twin-size sheets. Put them up there. I do have a sheer, I think it's a curtain, yeah, sheer curtain at the window because I am right on the level of people walking around. If I want to take a summertime nap, I can pull the shears without making the room dark. Let's talk about that too. The curtains that I had up there originally were very colorful, very dark, and they're also room darkening. I do not like that in the summer simply because I'm a person who I like get up with the sun. I go to bed really, really early. So I rarely ever close them. I like the lighter feel. I like that flowy kind of nice feel to it. So I always go with something which I opt for something lighter, something which I think can blow in the wind when I have my windows open, which hopefully I'm hoping this year we get to have our windows open. It would be really nice because last year we didn't get to. It went from, the dead of winter to boiling hot summer in a matter of seconds. So yes, I can have my windows open. They're nice and sheer. It's really nice. I do have the mini blinds, which I do need to replace because my dog decided there was something outside she needed to see, so that she attacked the mini blinds. And that's the other thing. Don't wait until everything is just pristine and perfect before you go and try to get things so that they're livable. No, go ahead and do them. Make them as livable as you can with what you have and go with it. The rest of it is done with plants. I've added a few extra plants in my room. A few terrariums. The yoga lady is what the statue is called that's on my dresser. Love that statue. And it is just sitting on a bed of terrarium moss. It's wonderful. I'm really enjoying that. It's very nice. It's very peaceful, calm. I have my plants growing in there. I'm enjoying this. Really enjoying this. Then we come out to my living room. In the living room, once again, I did the same thing. Now, you will notice that I have my really, really ugly couches, which we now have figured out are probably like 30 some years old. And believe me, like the 80s and 90s were a really weird time for decorating. Well, I have couch covers which will go over those, but once again, I took down the window covering, which I thought was more formal with its more structure. These are just plain, they're canvas. It's just canvas sewn into a curtain and hung there. I did nothing to the sides. It's very relaxed. Like I said, I want this to be really, really relaxed for spring and summer. I want you to be able to come in here, put your feet up on the ottoman, which is just covered over with ottoman cover. Eventually, will I reupholster it? Yeah, eventually. Am I going to do that anytime soon? Who knows? There's so many other projects going on. Then we got the couch covers on there. The couch covers are 2 covers that I have been testing out. I don't know. I'm not sold on either one. Let me know what you think. But I do like the lighter color. I will eventually replace the couches or have them reupholstered. But I mean, those things take time and money, which is something which can be hard to come by. Once again, we have a lot of plants in here. I added a lot of plants. The terrarium, can you see that? Yeah, the terrarium right there is new. There's another terrarium on the stand which you can't see. Doing those terrariums I find very zen-like. It is a nice hobby that I have picked up. Then the other thing which you can see is the sheer curtain there, which I use in my kitchen. A lot of people are like, why do you have that there? Part of that is for this. Part of that is for when I film. I have some extra color, some extra things in there. If I did not record in here, would I have that there? Probably not. Here's something to remember. A lot of people are totally, completely against fake foliage, fake plants, fake anything which is fake. I am like, you do you. If you want fake plants, you put fake plants up. Get the best looking fake plants that you can. I have lots of fake plants. Do I want to replace my fake plants? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I really want to replace my fake plants with real plants. One of the problems is, of course, it's going to take some time and some money and some finding the plants that can grow in a really dark corner like that. Finding plants that can grow on my TV stand. So it's okay to put things there. But the other thing about this is it also reflects more about who I am. Like, if you come in here, you can instantly tell that I love plants. You can instantly tell I'm not a minimalist. I like to have things around me which reflect me. You can tell that I collect bears. You can tell that I like glassware. I think glassware is really cool. But it reflects who I am, what I like to do, and that is, to me, is really important because in the summertime, I have a tendency to stay home a lot, not necessarily inside. I'll be outside working in the garden. I'll be doing projects around the house. But I want to make sure that my house feels comfortable to me. My house feels really good. And one of the things which I have found, and my best friend kept telling me to do this, listen to music. Listen to that. There is nothing more relaxing than having the perfect sound that you want. If you want to change that sound up, it's up to you. If you want to layer sound, like have the relaxing sound of, let's say, birds and nighttime, I don't know, whatever country sounds that you want to have, along with music playing, you can do that. You can layer your music, you can layer your sound, and get that feeling that you want. And that, to me, is what's so important. And that's part of it. The other part of it is scent. With a lot of these plants and a lot of the terrarium plants, they have that terrarium plant sort of smell. So I like to add in some scents in here. I use essential oil, and most of those are done with essential oil diffusers. And they're really nice. I'll just claim this instantly. The one essential oil diffuser that I have is like $119. No, I didn't pay for it. It was a tester. I tested it out. I think it does its great job, and I can put all sorts of different essential oil scents in it and that sort of thing. But there are other cheaper ones. None of these use water. They all use the oil from the little diffuser jars, which is really nice. It gives me that wonderful scent of spring, or that wonderful scent of whatever I want it to be. Roses, lavender, lemon oil. What's in there right now? Oh, hot chocolate, coffee. You can get any sort of oil so that way you get a layered effect. And that's the big thing about this, which I think makes my home feel comfortable to me, is the fact that it is layer upon layer, and none of this stuff is like completely, you walk into a room going, oh, look, you bought all new stuff for your room. No, a lot of these things even have stories to them about where we went out, how it's like my grandmother's bookcase used as a hutch, things about, all the fun stuff which I can look back and enjoy. This spring is just about casual, relaxing, calming, soothing. And right now it is 49 degrees and raining. Does it feel like spring? Oh no, it doesn't. Does it feel like spring in here? Yeah, it does. Another thing I will add is, yes, my lights I can change the color of the lights from warm white to daylight. Is that important to me? Yeah, because this light is set at daylight, these lights back here are set at warm white. It gives you the ability to just make it warm and cozy and wonderful, and that's another way to have your house change for the season. Change your lights. People find that there's some lights that will change during the day, so that in the morning it works off of the idea that in the morning it's daylight, and then as it gets evening it goes to more warm white, which then get your brain to think, I'm home, I should relax, I should calm down, I should enjoy myself. That's what this was all about. Changing your house up so that way you do get a change. It's not a huge change. It didn't cost all that much money, but it's a nice change for spring and summer. Will it change as the summer goes along? Yeah, houses do that. Will it change when fall hits? Oh, yeah, it'll be a complete and total change. But for now, relaxing, enjoying my house, watering my plants, just sitting back, listening to music, to me, that's what's important. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some ideas from this to do simple things like take a pillow, tuck in a pillowcase to make your pillowcase fit a smaller size pillow. You can do those things. You can do those things yourself. It's so easy to do, and I'd love to hear from you what things you're going to do to change up your house for spring and summer. At this time, I'd like to thank these wonderful people who let me change up my house for seasons and are interested to see me clean and redecorate and those sort of things. They get these videos early. They also get a behind-the-scenes vlog where I talk about my sometimes chaotic life. Then we also talk about, what videos should be coming up. That's an important thing to do. If you want to become part of that community, you can join Patreon, or you can join the channel members, and you can see those sort of things. You can also do something else to help this channel. You can like and share this video, which helps the YouTube algorithm know that this is a video other people should see, simply because I really do. I want to tell you that changing your house for the season is actually really nice. It gives you something new to come home to, and it's just calming and relaxing, and it can be a reflection of you the way you want it to be. And maybe your change is just as simple as putting a pillow on the couch. It doesn't have to be anything big. It has to be what you want. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope we can see you again the next time you stop by.